Hi folks, today we're going to take a look at a couple of videos from John Felix. The first video is him getting Bart hurt because some people who wanted to exercise their First Amendment rights to critique First Amendment frauditors upset his feelings. And the other is from a recent live stream he's done where he shows his true hypocrisy and inability to actually do what a journalist would do and check facts. As always, a big thank you to all my current and news channel members and subscribers. Without your guys' continuous support, I couldn't keep the channel going, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Also, if you could for me, please subscribe to the page, turn on the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and consider becoming a member. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
Booty, 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 liquor everywhere. Booty, 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 liquor everywhere. What the fuck? What's up, everybody? I'm driving home from my job, and I'm listening to Mike Calta on the radio, 102.5, The Bone out of Tampa, actually out of St. Petersburg, Florida. And they start talking about those guys that won't answer questions. One person, of course, had to say, oh, those sovereign citizens, right? And then they start talking about, did you see the one with the guy at the bank and the computers were facing out? And they actually said KULT News.
This is interesting, though, because the frauditor and sovereign citizen Venn diagram do overlap each other in several spots. For example, they both don't want to answer questions, they both have authority issues, and they both don't like cops. They think being stopped by the cops is somehow a violation of their First or Fourth Amendment. But it's really not. And also, to bring up cult news is ironic because if it's the video he's particularly talking about, where they were in Columbus, Ohio, and he was charged for menacing when he brandished a taser in front of law enforcement, sparking it, which violated Ohio law, then yeah, I think they have a right to call him out. Not to mention, all of you YouTubers out there, including myself, are considered public figures because we choose to put ourselves out here. Maybe take the criticism with a grain of salt or a spoonful of sugar.
One of his guys said KULT News. And then, you know, they're saying some of these guys are doing this for a living.
Yes.
And they also said Long Island Audit by name, and the guy that supposedly hates auditors and hates when we don't answer questions to cops. He said he wished that they pulled him out of the car and shot him in the knee. That's what this stupid radio host, his name is Gavin, he's the co-host. His name's Gavin, and out of one side of his mouth he says some of them know what they're doing, like Long Island Audit, and on the other side of his mouth he was saying, I hope they pull him out of the car and shoot him in the knee for not answering questions. And the other bootlicker female on the show, Carmen, says, what did she say? Police have a hard enough job. Police have a hard enough job. Dude, being a cop is not that hard, people. Being a server at a restaurant is far tougher job than being a cop. The reason...
Shenanigans. Shenanigans. Now, the level of shenanigans here is just beyond belief. To compare the job of law enforcement to the job of being a server is completely asinine. I mean, a server is not risking their life to go to a domestic violence call. A server isn't risking their life on a traffic stop. Law enforcement do this on a daily basis. They don't know if this call is something that is going to help somebody, save somebody, or even put themselves or their families in danger due to some people who have this irrational hate towards cops. Now, I know I'm going to get this in the comments from all of his viewers and his fanboys, but I have never been a cop, and I am not currently a cop. I've never had a job in law enforcement, and I'm not a government worker. I'm just a guy on the internet pointing out stupid.
Cops' jobs are tough is because they're going around starting stuff. There's a phrase that used to be popular when I was younger, said, don't start no stuff and there won't be no stuff. But if you're an armed goon and you're running around everywhere just looking for confrontation, then you make your job hard.
With all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about?
If you just try to keep the peace and it only enforce crimes that have victims and try to solve rapes and murders and stuff, you'd be fine. But that's not what you're doing. You're out here harassing people on the street, abducting people off the street, stealing all their money through traffic code and garbage, willing to kill somebody for a license plate. That's what you guys are as cops.
Shenanigans.
Na.
Shenanigans.
Na.
Oh, the hypocrisy and shenanigans with this one. You're making the arguments of a sovereign citizen here. When they get a traffic ticket, show me the victim. Where's the corpus delicti? I mean, that's the argument you're essentially trying to make here. Cops do solve crimes that have victims. There's no such thing as a victimless crime because a crime affects all of us. If you speed and you're not punished for your speeding, you're going to continue to do it. And if you end up hitting somebody and hurting that person, well, there's a victim. And that victim could have been stopped by you learning, hey, if I speed, I'm going to get punished by having a monetary fine or being arrested. The argument that cops are going out harassing people and unaliving people because of license plates is the same argument that the Moorish Americans, the United States nationals, and all sovereign citizens use. You are coming off more and more as a sovereign citizen than anybody else I've ever covered.
So what else do these radio hosts say? They brought up KULT, Long Island Audit, and they brought up Amagansett Press, but they forgot the name. They just said the guy who pepper sprays everybody. And he says, well, he has a right to. And then the host of the show, Mike Calta, says, well, I guess I'd call the cops too if they're just videotaping in my business. And he says if the cops say he can do it, then he can do it. So, and then finally, another member of the show says, we have a couple guys here locally that went to the DMV and they shut down the DMV. And right away, everybody, because that was us.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
And right away, he was saying, oh, that's when you take them out of the parking lot and kick their butt. But he didn't say butt. Mike, Carmen, Spanish, Gavin, Gio, all of you. We didn't shut down the DMV. They shut down the DMV because we were recording in public. They shut it down. Why don't you take your government officials who stopped working with your money, decided to stop working for no good reason other than we were exercising our rights and doing a public record request and trying to serve a notice of intent to sue. Something that would have took 30 seconds. The tax collector was willing to go all the way to court, brought witnesses to court that lied on the record. So if you guys actually knew what went on and didn't just say, oh, they shut down the DMV, let's kick their butt. No, that's not. No. That's nonsense. So,
Now, you said you're going there to serve them a notice to sue. Why do you need a camera to record that? And also, when did the DMV become a traditional public forum when it's a limited public forum at best? You guys shut it down with your actions, with them trying to protect people's private information that a group of idiots with videos and recording equipment went in with to do a freaking fraud it. You guys are so stupid to realize you're the ones who are wasting tax dollars when cops and DMVs have to deal with your guys' shenanigans.
Mike, all you, Gavin, especially Gavin, why don't you guys have me on the show? The first thing you brought up was these guys that say I don't answer questions. Well, I coined that term. I didn't coin it. I made it popular.
And?
Kenny Suter was the original I don't answer question guys. And then I made it popular when I got 19 million views on my do you have any weapons? I don't answer questions video. So you guys have a lot of opinion about us, contradicting opinions too. And I told you once, twice, 3 times, Mike, have me on. Let's talk about it. All right. Peace, chicken grease.
Wow. So that was his first video that we covered. Now let's check out this live stream. Now I'm not going to cover the entire thing, but only certain parts of it that I feel were relevant for me personally to cover and critique him on.
Yesterday, I spoke to Broken System, Broken Trust. Nice guy, former Marine.
Oh, so you don't know Joshy Boy too well. Because he's not a nice guy. You can ask his family. You can ask even Kfar. When him and Wolvie went up to Kfar's house trying to dox him and start trouble in his neighborhood. Now, you said, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Well, how about when your own people in your own community go and start something over being critiqued on the internet?
Frauditor, troll, wrangler. I think audit wrangler. I don't even know these guys' name. People tell me these names. I'm like, who the hell's that? Who is that? So if I understand this right, the one guy, the wrangler guy, went inside someone's house and killed them and took their Xbox. I could be totally wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure one of them guys is this is their credibility. They actually kill someone over a PlayStation or something. What are we talking about here? These are the guys that are coming after us, but yet refuse to even have a conversation or debate because they can't debate their ideas. It comes down to, I don't like you, you hurt my feelings, and I hate that you exercise your rights afforded to you by the First Amendment.
Wrong!
Now, there's a lot we need to break down here, but let's start off with this one. Calling out Fraudit Wrangler's past isn't going to help your argument. Yes, he has a past that is unsavory, and, well, a lot of people in the debunking and anti-frauditor communities have called him out on this. I'm not getting involved in this fight because it doesn't involve me in any way, and I don't go for the drama. However, if you want to go after his past, why not go after the past of some of your fellow auditors? Like Earl David Warren, who was a convicted offender on the Child Offender Registry. Or how about Minnesota Guardian, the frauditor who attacked people and tried to force himself on somebody? How about people like, I don't know, Amagansett Press, when he files frivolous copyright strikes because we exercise our First Amendment rights to critique his actions? You see the hypocrisy. How can you say you're a champion for the First Amendment and you're fighting for it, but when people exercise their First Amendment rights, you go after them, and you and your compatriots file off these frivolous strikes and TOS complaints for no reason? Because your feelings got hurt.
Or two. See, I don't even know. I just heard these things. I don't know how true they are. But the fact that these guys, some of them are even in Canada, hiding, and they don't tell you who they are. When you find out who they are, they got checkered pasts, including killing. What are we talking about here? These are the guys that have credibility. Frauditor channels are support groups for people who get triggered so easily. It's probably government workers too.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
And cops. There's a Facebook page against who was it? Pat, the dude from Texas. The hell was his name? Pat. I challenged Schrodinger's cat to a debate, and he said, "What do you think, guys? Should I debate this guy?" And I put, "Yeah, you should." I typed it in there, and of course he didn't have the nuts to do it, and he ended up, I believe he died before that could even happen.
Wow. You have some balls on you to go after a man who's no longer alive to defend himself. You know, you say that all these anti-frauditor channels are nothing more than support groups, and we're government workers, and we have checkered pasts. When you look at most of the frauders and you dig into their pasts, even in their own videos, there is a lot of questionable behavior. Look at Earl David Warren for one of the biggest examples of a person with a checkered past who's supposed to be a bastion of the auditing community. Look at Eric Brandt, Otto the Watchdog. These guys who tormented a small town to the point where people had to quit their jobs and end up anti-anxiety and antidepressants because they were being harassed by them on the daily. How can you honestly sit there and say that you, First Amendment frauditors, are doing anything to help us in this world?
Anti-frauditors or Antifa. Anti-fraud. That's funny.
I'm going to end it here. There's nothing more to this video other than him calling out Audit the Audit for being a quote-unquote fake auditor and a parasite for using auditing videos to criticize and make fun of the auditing community when he doesn't do anything. You know, if this guy was really concerned about truth and accuracy, he might want to just go back to some of Audit's old videos where he even flat out says he's not a cop, he's not a lawyer, he's not law enforcement, he's none of that things. He is a former journalist and he does have a degree in it. But unlike him, no frauditor will ever be considered a true journalist because he has integrity. Now, if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps with the algorithm. And if you can, please consider becoming a member. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys. And a special thank you to all my current channel members of the news team. Without your guys' continuous ongoing support, I couldn't keep the channel going. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.